Tonight is November, whatever it is. I don't even know.
Hmm.
24th? Yeah. All right. That was from you, Kathy Ann. Thank you. I read that. Kathy Ann. Um, so let's see. I did have something prepared for tonight for Dharma talk, but I feel like now it doesn't fit after that little calamity, but maybe it does fit. And maybe I don't like that it fits. This is just a little like poem from the book called The Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Rubin. I don't know if anyone's ever seen it before. And I'm sure it's appropriate. So, oh boy, living life as an artist is a practice. And I have my artist friends in mind. Living life as an artist is a practice. You are either engaging in the practice or you're not. It makes no sense to say you're not good at it. It's like saying, I'm not good at being a monk. You are either living as a monk or you're not. We tend to think of the artist's work as the output, but the real work of the artist is a way of being in the world. And I don't think I like that right now after the way I'm being in the world this evening. So, how about them apples? I liked it 20 minutes ago. I was like, that's nice. We are all being in the world. We're just being spiritual and one. And then I'm like, mother computer, what's going on? So that's how I'm being. So take that what you may. We'll move quickly into meditation before I run us off the rails. And I had a really relaxing day. I only did like a little bit of work. So maybe I shouldn't relax. Maybe I should stay wound tight in productive go mode and have all my shit together. I relax a little bit and I start losing it. Anyway, let's get ourselves ready for meditation. You can turn off your cameras or your lights. Now I don't have a timer. Oh yes, okay. Welcome back to some of you I haven't seen in a couple of weeks. You know who you are. It's good to see you back. Let's go ahead and get yourselves situated in your seat with a nice tall spine. And either last week or the week before, we did a different breathing technique that I'd like to try again. And you can try to stick with my pace, but if it's too much, you can do one of two things. You can decide that you don't want to do this and it's not working for you, or you can decide to push through any discomfort that you might be feeling during it. We'll do it for about 3 minutes. And you can't like be harmed by this breath, but you are your own best knowers. So if something is too much for you, or it's really eliciting anything that just doesn't feel good, then just back off and breathe normal. It's not going to make or break your meditation. This is just a new breath that I mentioned last week that I've been doing in a meditation class. And I happen to like it because I don't like taking long, deep breaths. So this breath it's a series of, it goes inhale, inhale, exhale. So you take 2 inhales through your nose or mouth, whatever feels better for you, but you want to breathe the exhale out your mouth. So you would breathe, inhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. And it looks like this. As deep as you want it to go or as shallow as you want to go. And we'll do it for 3 minutes. Sometimes I get a feeling like I'm a little lightheaded or I'm going to get lightheaded. We do it for a long time. We did it for almost 15 minutes this weekend. So this is 3 minutes, and just see where you're at with the breath. So you can go ahead and close your eyes and take one full, normal, complete breath. And then when you're ready to inhale, we'll start together. You can go now. Inhale, inhale, exhale. 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 Keep the rhythm. Keep going. Keep going. Inhale, inhale, exhale. 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 Keep going. Just push yourself. Inhale, inhale, exhale. 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 Less than 30 seconds left. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. 10 seconds. Two more seconds. And let yourself relax and breathe normally. Just notice how your body feels. Notice what the mind wants to tell you. And just sink your attention back into your body. What is your body feeling? And let your breath return to your own natural pace and rhythm. And just begin to imagine that if you could see your breath as it swirls through your feet, As you inhale next, imagine that you can see the breath as it fills your feet. Just use your imagination. Pull that breath into your feet. The next inhale, imagine that breath traveling up your legs to your knees. On the exhale, imagine the breath leaving your legs out your feet. Next inhale, bring the breath back up. Pull that breath up as high up your legs as you can go. And as you exhale, imagine the breath leaving your legs out of the bottom of your feet. Basically, we're just imagining that we're breathing with our legs. Inhale, pull that breath all the way up into your hips and pelvis. And then when you exhale, breathe out your legs out of the bottom of your feet. And your next breath, imagine you're breathing all the way in to the very base of your spine. This is where the root chakra is located, and that's your root energy center. As you breathe in, just imagine that red light growing and glowing. And then exhale out your legs. Next inhale, breathe up your legs into the base of your spine. And then, like dominoes, imagine that your breath naturally travels all the way up your spine, up through the top of your head. And imagine all of your chakras become illuminated. Your chakras are just energy centers located in the body. Each one has a different color. It's the rainbow colors. Red at the root. Orange is located right below the belly button. Yellow at the solar plexus, right below your rib cages. Green is at the heart. Blue is at the throat. Purple is in the center of your brain, right behind your forehead. Imagine white light just beaming out of the top of your head. And we're going to breathe through our whole body. We take the breath in through our feet, bring it all the way up through the red, yellow, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and out to the top of our head through that beam of light. Exhale all the way down, down through our feet. And inhale through your legs, all the way up your body, up the top of your head. Repeat for a few more breaths, just using your imagination as best you can. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. Now with every breath, continue to breathe up through your whole body. But imagine now that your energy field or your auric field is expanding with every breath. Your auric bubble, your energy field around you expands. Foot, 2 feet, 3 feet in all directions. And when you exhale, just imagine that your auric field collapses back into the body. Every breath we take in through the top of our feet all the way up to the top of our head. And our auric field expands outward, collapses back into the body over and over. It's like our energy field is like a balloon getting inflated. And then with the exhale, we let the balloon deflate back to the body. Just using your imagination, pretend that every inhale expands your auric field just a little bit more. As you're practicing this breath, expanding and contracting yourself and your energy field. On the exhales, just let any tension drop from your body. Notice where you're holding the tension. On the exhale, just let the body drop. Relax your cheeks and your jaw. Bring your attention to your tongue and let your tongue fall heavy in your mouth. Tongue is still, actually helps the mind become still. Let your shoulders fall away from your ears. Let yourself take fuller, deeper breaths, whatever that means for your body. Let your eyelids fall heavy. Let your abdomen relax. Begin to imagine that chunks of energy that just are stale or stagnant, or just like pebbles or boulders falling away and out of your body. It could be small stones, they could be large shards of rock. Just use your imagination, and with every exhale, imagine just stuff falling away from your body. You don't even need to know what it is. Visualize, imagine, just hold energy and favorable emotions, past labels that you've placed on yourself. Just begin to fall away. And with your eyes closed, just imagine that you can look up to the back of your forehead. I want you to imagine that on the back of your forehead, there's a mirror, and that mirror is reflecting your third eye chakra right back at you. So as you look slightly upward towards your forehead, imagine in the mirror you can see a purple, either gem or object spinning in the center of your brain. Begin to imagine this purple, I'll call it a gem. You can have whatever visual comes to your mind. Imagine this purple gem is giving off this purple, vibrant light. And imagine your brain is absorbing all of that purple light. It's as if the purple light is feeding all the folds of your brain. Imagine that purple light, that purple gem is spinning. You can imagine that it has a sound as it spins, or maybe it's silent. Visualize the brain in your head feeding off of that purple light. The brain is becoming nourished, stimulated, coming alive. It's being heard. If there's any sluggish parts of the brain, for whatever reasons, imagine more light is absorbed into that part of the brain, and it's moving energy. It's signaling neurons in your mind to start firing. It's getting rid of any habits of procrastination. It's getting rid of any inner dialogue that tells you you're not good enough. It's stimulating the parts of you that deep down in your soul you know are true, good characteristics of your human self. And it's shining a spotlight in those parts of the brain so that part of the brain can wake up. It can remember itself. Imagine the brain in its two halves, the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. Imagine this purple gem of the third eye is located deep underneath, right in the center, practically connecting the left and the right. That purple light is illuminating the parts of the brain that are responsible for emotion. And it's calming any emotions that are unsettling. The brain is getting reassurance that all is well. And it's activating the parts of the brain that need to remember joy, laughter, freedom, playfulness, lightheartedness, going with the flow, and whatever other emotions you would like to come to the forefront. Imagine as you look in the back of your forehead at that mirror, imagine you can start to see your brain illuminating, shining, glowing. Maybe it's different colors and shades of purple. And scan your brain left and right, right and left, front, middle, back, underneath. And in your brain scan, notice if there's any place that needs attention, needs light, needs nourishment. And as soon as you've identified places in your brain that need more, the light naturally goes there. And you can watch all of this in the mirror behind your forehead. And imagine the brain is glowing and illuminating so strongly from within that it begins to silence or at least quiet any inner dialogue. And shift your focus to listening, from listening to the brain, to feeling the brain vibrating alive and yet calm and still. Allow your thoughts to quiet. And imagine that purple light is starting to expand beyond the brain and fill your entire inside of your skull. That purple light travels down your spinal column, touching every vertebra, which touches every nerve, which travels to every part of your body. Allow that purple glowing light soothe and calm your whole entire nervous system. yourself. Feel your body just relaxing deeper into this moment. Your shoulders fall heavy. Your breath is slow and steady. Naturally, anytime the mind wants to think a thought, the light illuminates so bright that it distracts your thought and brings you right back into the sensation of relaxation, the sensation of surrender. If the body or mind is fighting any of it, that's normal. And just allow yourself to be here right now. There's no wrong way of doing any of this. Begin to imagine that you can hear a whirring sound. And that's the sound of your third eye chakra, just moving in your brain, feeding the parts of your brain so the brain can then send signals to the rest of the body to relax and to be present. Maybe that means get to sleep. Imagine that purple light is a healing light. And you can add any other colors with it if you wish. Just allow yourself to scan your body. And as you scan your body, you send the purple light to different areas of your body for physical healing, emotional healing, mental healing. So take a few moments and either direct the light or simply follow and watch where the light goes in your body. There's a never-ending supply. You don't have to beg for healing. Instead, you just have to observe the healing energy as it moves throughout your body. Bring your attention back to your forehead. The healing energy will continue to flow through your body, balance your body. And look back at the mirror on your forehead. Observe that spinning, swirling purple gem in the center of your brain. Imagine that there's a beam of purple light shooting right out towards that mirror. And it beams directly through your forehead, almost like a miner's spotlight, a flashlight you can wear on your head. Bring the attention to the outside of the forehead. And perceive or imagine you can feel the light as it comes out of your head. Then gently place your palms up by your side or on your lap. Bring the attention to the palms of your hands. I want you to imagine that beams of light of any color that come to you begin to penetrate out the hands, out through the fingertips. And just with your intention, turn up the energy. Imagine more energy flowing out the palms and fingertips. And feel your hands pulsating, tingling. You're getting hot or cold. Just use your imagination and see all of this healing light emanating from both hands. And hold the attention. And also notice about 5 feet above you, there's an energy of a guide or an angel or a loved one. And they're hovering about 5 feet above you energetically. And they are filling you with energy of love, of support. Imagine that energy going in through the top of your head, illuminating that third eye even more. Third eye is sending energy down your whole spinal column into every part of your body. Imagine your whole self illuminating, vibrating. Imagine all of that healing and love and support pouring out of your hands. And if it feels comfortable to you, you can place your hands anywhere in your body that you need to receive. Imagine those palms still vibrating. You are in your own feedback loop of energy, being supported, guide, angel. You're filling yourself with all the love, support, energy, whatever it is you call in to receive. More that comes in, more goes out, but comes right back in. Yourself receive, receive, receive. Yourself receive, receive, receive. Let yourself receive, receive, receive. Let your receiving this energy be what is grounding you. There's nothing you have to do to receive other than just allow the receiving. You don't even need to know all that you're receiving. Let yourself just receive. Feel yourself breathing, allowing yourself the stillness of this moment to receive, to be, to get refilled. Receiving is through zero effort. Let your body begin to feel stillness through receiving. You're illuminated and yet still. Bring your attention back to your brain, recognizing your brain is fresh and clean and clear, whether you think it is or not. Your nervous system is reset. Let your body crave stillness. Another word for stillness is peace. Imagine you can feel the peace in your lungs. And feel the peace in your heart. And feel the peace in your shoulders. In your back. In your abdomen. Your hips and pelvis. Feel the peace. In your legs, feel the peace. Your neck and throat, feel the peace. Your face and eyes and cheeks and jaw and teeth and tongue, feel the peace. In your ears, feel the peace. And down both arms, through your hands and fingertips, feel the peace. In your scalp, feel the peace. And in your brain, feel the peace. Imagine your body is vibrating peace inside out. And gently open your eyes halfway softly when you're ready, and only when you're ready. Experience the peace with your eyes opened. And close them back when you want to. And gently, again, softly open your eyes halfway, looking downward. Feel the peace in your brain. Be aware of that purple illumination in your brain. Allow yourself to blink gently a few times, coming fully back into the room. Do this only in your own time. You're ready, you can begin to stretch. Gently bring movement to your body. When you're ready, you can come back to the group, and only when you're ready, you can turn on your cameras, your lights. And just a reminder, you can log off at any time. You don't have to stick around for our conversation afterwards, although I do always feel that our conversation adds another layer to our meditation. But you're more than welcome to sign off anytime. We're always done by 9:30 Eastern time. So if you're curious when it ends, that's the official ending, but you can leave at any point. And then show of thumbs, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you didn't like it, thumbs middle if it was so. Let me see how we did here. Thumbs up. All right, Cindy, good. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Wiggly thumbs up, thumbs middle, thumbs up, 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 up. Wow, interesting. From everyone that I can see, it was an up. That was really long. I even lost track. I had a 30-minute timer set. And I didn't reset it. So I think that was at least 50 minutes, which is pretty long for us in here. So curious, where do we begin? in January, I'm kicking off a 6-week online class. I'm calling it Neuro Evolve, and it's all about rewiring the brain. And in the beginning of it, I was like, oh no, I'm going to do a meditation that I'm planning for January because it's all about quite literally visualizing the brain and its neurons and firing. So this was kind of like a little taste of what's to come in January. A little different, but I'm fascinated with the brain and its incredible ability to make or break us, and how we have an incredible ability to rewire these mounds of whatever the brain is made of. So I'm curious what that was like, what you felt, how many of you could feel your brain in your head, or anything you want to share, anything that stands out, or like for Cindy or anyone who's new, if something didn't happen, this is the time to say, hey, how come I didn't have this or this happened, or, just sharing the experience. So anyone want to share a piece of theirs first? Anyone I haven't heard from in a while? Jill, go ahead.
Well, I feel very relaxed right now, very like I'm floating and tingling, and it feels really good. Exactly what I needed. When we got to the spot where, prior to you saying, look 5 feet above you and see your guide, I saw Buddha. And
Wow.
then I had to refocus on who I saw above, but I couldn't really make out who it was.
Mm-hmm. Buddha, right? I mean, it was Buddha.
I guess so. I guess because I mean, before you even said that, I mean, I automatically went to Buddha. I mean, he appeared.
Well, I was gonna wrap up the meditation at that point, and then all of a sudden the visual of someone or something, it wasn't Buddha for me, was like way up. And I'm like, oh no, we have more. So maybe I was picking up on, because we co-create these experiences. So our consciousness is all creating it. So maybe by you seeing Buddha is what brought it into me to share, because I was starting to wrap up at that point. I thought I was. So that's interesting. That's like when a lot of you say, like, before you said this, I was there. And it's like, that's probably why I said it, because you were there and you kind of fed it to me. Tell,
Oh, okay. Okay. I understand now.
yeah. So that's the co-created experience. Like anytime any of you have anything that happens, like, before you said this, I saw that, and then you said it, it's most likely that I said it because you saw it. You're feeding it. We're all co-creating this. So very cool. That was one of my favorite parts too.
Well, thank you for leading us through that. It's very relaxing and very healing to my body right now.
Good. I'm so glad.
Namaste.
Namaste in bed. Anyone else want to share any thoughts? Any observations? The receiving part was interesting. I'm curious if anyone had any either resistance to receiving or really, really liked the receiving. Curious about what was one of the other things I said? Peace, like the vibration of peace through the body. What does that feel like? Yeah, Cindy, go ahead, please. And don't forget to take off mute. I can ask you to unmute. That might help.
Is that better?
Yep.
Okay. I really enjoyed the peace part. That's when I really started feeling a lot more. In the beginning, I think because I'm trying to find a space in my home I'm comfortable in, and I figured my bedroom, I'll shut the door, and then I had my cats clawing at the door. So in the beginning, I was like, oh my God, am I going to be able to do this? They're driving me nuts. So I got up a couple times, let the one in, and I'm like, this is not working. So I ignored the other guy. And when you said there was somebody above me, that is when I sort of came alive, felt alive. I don't, a friend of mine, it would have been his birthday today, and he passed away. It'll be 4 years in another week.
Mm.
And I felt him there. And then almost immediately after I felt him there, I felt like an angel.
Mm.
And I think that's when you were talking about peace after that, if I'm not mistaken. And then I could feel all of that. But up until that point, I was feeling a little lost
Mhm.
because of the distractions.
Totally.
So that kind of brought it all together for me.
Awesome.
And when you were talking about like the brain and like the procrastinating thing, I've been doing a lot of that lately. So as soon as you said that, I went, oh, she's talking to me. I know it's not just me, but so I
We
think,
are the collective you.
okay, okay, that, yeah, it felt great. And I feel really relaxed.
Good. Awesome. And it is so true. Like when we're in our own homes, on one hand, we can get very comfy because we can be in bed and we can be in comfortable places, but then we do also have animals, we can hear the dishwasher go off or whatever, all the things. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's helpful to put like I always call them wrong. I always call them AirPods. My
Eh,
kids yell at me every time I say a wrong sound. I'm worried. I'm always say headphones. Put headphones on. Sometimes that helps block
that's
out
a
any extra disturbances.
that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that, but okay.
Me either until I started doing another meditation thing and I'm like, oh yeah, I I don't want to hear what's going on in this house. I don't want to hear anything.
Right.
So I'm glad. I'm glad it all came together. And sometimes too, even cats or no cats or distractions or no distractions, sometimes we just can't get ourselves into the mode. So that'll happen too.
Okay.
And that doesn't mean it's time wasted. It just means like our minds are just sometimes more busy, on some meditations than others. And that's just part of it too.
Okay.
So I'm so glad you're here because I know you've mentioned coming for a couple weeks now, long time now, actually. So
Yes, I've been wanting to. So yeah,
so
I'm glad
glad
I'm here.
you're here. Landed. And this is a good week right before the holidays to land.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Holiday kickoff crazies. So
Yeah.
anyone else? So thank you. Anyone
Thank you.
else want to share?
Deborah,
Yeah,
excuse
go
me.
ahead, Sheila.
I had a couple of different things today. Um, with the people coming, in addition to the usual elephants and buffalo and white buffalo calf pipe woman, my earth parents, I actually saw my earth parents today.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was different. And then when you went to the hands, my eyes and my hands woke up tonight.
Oh, like opened up or
Well, I've always had eyes in my hands. I can
oh, I see. Yeah.
And of course, I haven't used them in years, and they just really became active tonight. So,
Nice.
mm,
How
so
did that feel?
well, I've been spending a lot of time working on stuff and reading stuff and actually trying to start doing some work again. And so yeah, I've had some interesting revelations over the past week. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow, I love it. So make sure you balance that with good water, good other self-care, because sometimes when our intuitive senses wake up, we forget our physical senses, and that's when we can go out of balance. So we want to keep it in balance. I get a little thirsty with you. I'm thirsty today anyway, but I get a little thirsty as I'm talking to you. So I'm like, she might need some water. Does that make sense to you? Does that resonate?
You needing water? Yeah.
Oh, you needing water.
Actually, that's one of the things I've been working on for the last year is drinking more water.
Good. Okay. So keep that. I don't need to tell you. You know what you're doing.
No, I just had this realization this week, I am Buffalo.
Ah,
Because years and years and years ago, I was given the name Buffalo Heart Woman. And Buffalo is all about giveaway, giving, giving. And this week, when I was ordering the same thing for the 5th time, because I keep giving stuff away, I'm like, I am Buffalo. That's what Buffalo is all about, is giving away. So, I mean, so I just had that flash of realization this week.
that's all you've ever done. That's all I know you to. That's how I know you. Giving. Yeah. Yep. And then so the receiving part was then probably co-created from you, because if we're giving, 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 there's a balance in the universe to it. So maybe it's not about water, it's just about making sure there's balance to the giving and receiving, whether we're receiving whatever from wherever, whoever.
And that's why I'm here now, is because I decided I needed to do some stuff for myself.
Amazing. So it's in balance, it's moving into balance then. Yeah. Where are you now, Sheila? Are you still upstate?
I'm in Buffalo.
You are in Buffalo. Oh my God, of course you are.
Yeah. I'm taking care of my 80-year-old sister.
Wow. Can't believe she's 80.
Yeah.
Wow. I told everyone Sheila was part of a meditation group before I even had a meditation group. When we used to move, we used to just go to people's houses, and whoever could host it would host it. And that's how the whole thing started. The whole center started and everything started. And then that got disruptive because people had dogs and kids and husbands, and people, we would all get distracted when the teenagers would come home and be screaming or something. So that's when I decided, oh my God, I need my own place. But so Sheila was part of this before this was anything, before this was the tribe. Sheila was here. So it's so good to have you back. I need to tell Margaret that you're back. Is it okay if I do?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Anyone else? Thoughts, comments, observations?
That breathing, in the beginning, I did feel a little lightheaded, but I kept going. But I don't know if this has been brought up in your other class, but I have an area of pain that is like beyond, I can't even tell you how bad it is. And it was gone after that. And it still is. And it made me so relaxed for the whole entire meditation. And I've been doing that breathing because last week when we did, I felt very energized. And so when I've been feeling tired at the end of the day, and I'm like going to do something, or I have to go out, do something, or whatever, I've been doing it not for 3 minutes straight, but I never thought, I was just like, I had to get into meditation because I was just so marveled that it took the pain away. And I don't know, how does that happen?
It's pretty amazing. I love that breath. I normally don't like any breath work. I think I've told you this. I've done it all. I usually hate it. I feel like I'm hyperventilating, like I can't breathe deep. It's the whole thing. That breath I love, but apparently some people absolutely hate it. So that's why I say in here, like, if you don't like it, it's okay. But he tells us, push, 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 keep going. You're fine, you're fine, you're fine. I'm still too new in teaching it that I'm not as confident, because I'm like, I don't know, what if what if people aren't fine? If you're not fine, stop doing it. But he's like, push, 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 do it, do it. I thought I was going to pass out in my chair this week because we did it for like 15 minutes. I still loved it. But so what I think, and he doesn't really, the class is not about that breath. He just keeps adding to it. But what I think it does, this is not coming from him, but what I think it does is we have these energy locks in our bodies. We learned this in yoga class called the bandhas. And I think this is, for me, this feels like it's an effective breath that unlocks these bandhas in our bodies, which would release pain, because it's either releasing muscles or it's releasing the fascia in the body in certain places. Now, he's never explained it that way, so I should check with him to see if that's is what's happening, and I will. But I know what you mean by that, because all of a sudden I feel like, oh, I can sink into myself easier somehow. So is that an ample explanation? Is it a lower pain by any chance, or an abdominal pain?
It's right on the right side of my back where it meets my leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mm-hmm.
I mean, some days it's like a 15 and it never totally goes away. And it's like, I don't feel it right now. And it was that after that breath, I was like, oh, I just wanted to like start celebrating. So I'll be doing it every day.
Yeah, I want to do it before I get a chiropractic adjustment, because I feel like that moves my spine. And maybe it's just in my head. And if it's in my head, that the body's listening to that too. But I feel like it moves my spine, and it almost feels like I'm getting an adjustment when I do that breath.
It feel like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether and it's that area when you sip in and you breathe out, it's that part of your body that does a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, man, it's a killer muscle. And it's definitely a muscle, I know that. But it hurts like hell.
Mm. Well, so I'm glad it's
I can't
helping.
tell you if you felt any pain relief from that or anybody else.
That would not surprise me, but I'll see what he shares about that. And we have there's like 200 people in the class, so I'll even ask the class, like, are they experiencing that too? Anyone else?
I also, with the breathing, I love it because it really, I was well, first I got really dizzy, which I didn't love that part, but I just kind of kept going with it and I was okay. But and later, actually, even way after the breath, I got really dizzy again, but I'm like, oh, I'm okay. But I felt myself kind of opening up, and I was sitting here kind of moving my neck and cracking, doing my adjustments because adjustments were happening, and I kind of pushed them again because it just kind of straightened everything out. And I also had right away felt all this congestion from like my sinuses just flush out like down through. It was really very physical. But the part I don't like about it is it takes me, I don't hear anything later. And I always enjoy the trip, the adventure. And when this week and last week, I had no idea what happened, which I mean, I'm sure I've learned to accept that stuff is still going on, but I feel like I miss out. So yeah, I like hearing what you guys said though, because I have no idea.
It's intriguing. That is intriguing. The breath does bring you deeper. He also plays drums behind it, and it's insane. It's like, I'm wondering if I could record it. Well, he gives us a recording to play it for you, because it's even more intense because there's specific rhythm drums and behind it. It's a lot, in a good way, a lot. But so it does bring you deeper, which might then be why you're not remembering the rest or thinking that you're hearing the rest. I'm curious to see. Is anyone else?
They're little parts, but yeah, the fact that it was both of the times that we've done it, and because it does happen sometimes for me, but it's kind of rare.
Yeah.
And it's usually when I'm tired, it's usually because I'm just kind of not able to keep up with this. I'm not tired. And so, yeah, it was.
Notice if, like, for everyone, like, notice if you sleep better tonight or not. I would imagine that you would sleep better because we are bringing more oxygen to the brain with that breath. So I'd imagine you would sleep better, but notice if you're not. Notice if dreams are more active or that you remember them. And then notice, like, this week, if you do it a little bit each day, notice if, like, your energy is more. Just kind of take note within yourself and try to do it. I mean, he has us building up. We were at 15 minutes this last week. That was a lot. And I love the breath, but that was a lot. And he's like, and he doesn't tell us ahead of time how long. So, like, my brain's like, is that 5 minutes? Is that 10 minutes? Is that 12 minutes? Well, so my brain is going, and then I just have to drop back into the breath. It's a good one. I like it. Anyone else?
Hey, Deborah, quick question.
Yes.
Any recommendation on how do I find a way to process all of the stuff I'm seeing while I'm doing this meditation?
How do you process it?
It's coming up, but some of it I understand, some of it I don't. I need a way to process it.
Well, here for sure. And then if you want to do a session, we can always do a session. Is that what you mean by process?
Yeah, I got to find out what some of the stuff is.
Oh God, yeah. I'm sure it's unlocking and opening and moving old stuff. I mean, meditation is always doing that. So I'd be curious into, like, what else you're doing in conjunction, what's happening. So that might be a session, or if it's just specifically in this meditation, always share here. That's what here is for in our conversation. If you care to,
I just don't want to monopolize the time.
well, no, because what's happening for one of us is maybe happening for another, or it might not be happening yet, but in 4 weeks, it might be happening for someone, and they'll go, oh, I remember Sheila was talking about that. So if you feel like it's not too private or so, then you could always share it.
Yeah.
The processing piece is important, I think. Yep. Well, it's important if you think it's important. Sometimes we just have a meditation, we don't need to process it because we're just like, oh, that was good, or that was whatever. We don't need to process it. Other times there'll be ones that are like, whoa, what was that? So it depends. For members, which everybody in here is a member. So for members, just don't forget, like, I always reserve a couple spots here and there during the week for members to have a session. So you don't have to, like, wait on, whatever's available online, which isn't until January right now. So, if you ever do want that, just email me at hello@deborahhanlon.com, and we'll get you in usually within the same week. I mean, this week's a little weird because of the holidays, but if anyone ever wants a session, I usually have extras. Let's see, this week, I mean, as far as online, I mean, happy Thanksgiving. I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving, a peaceful one, a relaxing one, an exciting one, whatever it is you need. And then as far as events, I have an in-person gallery on Saturday. This is that gallery. I think I mentioned it in here last week. It was a tradition that I had at the center for years and years, that the Saturday after Thanksgiving, I would do a gallery, and then my friend Shireen Bath and her daughter would come with these crystal bracelets. And Sheila, you have white buffalo woman, don't you?
No, but I do have a couple of the bracelets.
You do? Okay, yeah. So she comes and she, I mean, it's really hard to explain it. I did a video on it. It's somewhere floating around social media. The time I met with her, how I met, what she does, and she she's a medium, and she specifically works with like guides and angels and saints and sages and gods and goddesses. And she channels the energy, and she's a feng shui master by trade for, I don't know, 30, 40 years now. And she channels the energy of the whatever's visiting her, and she creates a bracelet and then meditates on it. It's a multi-week process for her. She channels the energy into it, then she puts them outside in her yard on these massive crystal stones so that they get energized. And then at this gallery, she'll be there with her bracelets, and then she'll meet with you and say, like, oh, this is the one that wants to work with you. Or she might ask you questions like, hey, tell me a little bit what's going on in your life. And then as you talk, she'll get like, oh, I know what needs to work with you. So I'm not totally sure of what her I don't know that she has a specific process. It just shows up to her. I've shared my experiences with her, so she'll be there after the gallery. And then for those of you who are, almost all of you in here are not local. That's funny. So if you're not local, you can go to her website. Actually, all of you, except maybe you, Cindy. I think Cindy is the closest. And Larissa, you're in the New York area, right? Yeah. So you can go to her website, Shireen, intentionsjewelry.com, and you send her an email, and she can do like, she'll just by your email, she can say, oh, this one's for you. So if you don't know and you can't get to her in person, but she does travel the country all the time. Let me see where everybody is. North Carolina she goes to, Florida she goes to. Well, she's all over the country. Wherever there's like a spiritual fair, like a big one, she'll be at those. So she's international, actually. Oprah wore her bracelets. She's got a ton of like really cool experiences with people. She's down to earth. She lives in New York. So yeah, you can email her, say like, Deborah was telling us about you and blah, 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 and she'll do her thing with you. It's the best way I can explain it. It's a long day, but I can't explain it. I met her in 2007. And I want to say I have 30 bracelets over these years. And they're not cheap. I mean, they're anywhere between like $130 and I'm going to say $250 just because I'm not sure. So I'm going to put it up a little higher. So they're not cheap, but it's a whole experience with them. And she explains that you wear it on your right hand if you want to give the energy out. You wear it on your left hand if you want to receive the energy. It's like a whole thing. So that's this Saturday, but none of you are local. So none of you will be there. Well, 2 of you are local, but you won't be there Saturday, but you can still get access to her all the time or find out when she's in your area. That might be even better. And then I think that's it we have this week until Sunday, next Sunday. I can't believe next Sunday is already December. It's insane. I know it's December 1st, the first of the month. It's always my exciting, I don't know. I love the first of every month. So everyone have a great week. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I'll see you all hopefully next Sunday. And don't forget to take yourselves off of mute to say goodnight to each other.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
everybody.
Thanksgiving.
Good night.
Thanksgiving,
Happy
everybody.
Thanksgiving, everyone.
Night.
Night.
Thank you.
Take
Emma.
care. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deb.
So glad. Thank you.
Hey, Deb, what was her website again?
Intentionjewelry.com.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Take care. Good night.
Thank you. Take care. Good night.